fury! Accursed machine!
Soldiers of Ogum, the outside threat grows ever stronger. Whispers of betrayal echo within my very halls. We can no longer tolerate any risk. Use lethal force against those you suspect of foul play. Speak carefully with your men. Ensure they are who they claim. Hang any suspects. Seek out resistance within the village and raze their homes to the ground.
Accursed machine! Storming arrow!
By decree of the Count of Ogum, effective immediately, all crimes are now punishable by hanging until death. Hanged criminals will have their bodies thrown into the pit.
It's a cowardly wolf that hides in his den. Fury! The hawk circles its prey. In my sights. Storming arrow! Barely broke a sweat.
First ones, hear our laments. Sanity recedes ever further into the dark. Shadows hover above us, in the corners, watching and waiting. What sickness has come among us that so unsettles our minds? It sits, poised to strike. Nowhere is safe.
It moves. Is there nothing safe from corruption? Rather not break my back.
How can I advise you? If you intend to face the Count, I must warn you. An ancient, corrupting power has driven him to madness. There is no telling what you may find within the walls of the manor. Where the seed of corruption takes root, life bends itself into unnatural shapes, and the minds of men grow fevered. Though you may face horrors beyond comprehension, it is this seed that is the true danger at the heart of the manor. Go.
Never had any love for old Count Gianor. Give him a stab or two for me. I always make sure to avoid noblewomen like Latis. Her kind seem to think I'm insincere for reasons neither you nor I could ever comprehend, I'm sure. Still, I certainly heard about her, and I've heard what she said about the manor. I know lies, hero, and she isn't one. Take a punt. You know you want to.
It is good to see you.
How's the clear? What would you like? If you find a pint out there.
Oh. Sorry, I was just... These are just some odds and ends of mine. Goodbye.
Hello? Take a punt. You know you want to. Bye then.
Hello. These are just some odds and ends of mine. Be careful.
How's the clearing? That'll be useful. Go well.
Monstrosity! Thunderous shot! and lethal. Fury! Fury! Monstrosity!
I sense Oriana knows. And I cannot deny that which I know deep down to be true. That fair-haired villager, an eternal descendant, she knew. At that moment when our eyes locked, we both knew. She clung to her children like I would end them then and there. She is of no risk now, but how many others must I fear? Is my blood truly impure? Oriana assures me we can right some of the wrongs of the past. She promises a way forward for Ogham. A way forward for the clans and the clanless alike. And a way forward for me. We must continue with our task.
Face me. Fury. Barely broke a sweat. Can't complain. Fury! yourself! Are they feeding it? Thunderous shot!
Husband, this interloper has the power we need. Kill her, and you shall have everything I promised.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
Many have tried.
Easy prey! You will falter! Run, little rabbit! Open the cage! Release the beast! Give me what you promised!
I think not. I expected so much more. Since you are too weak to do the job, I'll find someone who can. Goodbye, husband.
You manipulative whore! How dare you abandon me? After all I've given you! Chilling frost. Requiem on high. I will take out your heart and savor each bite. Chilling frost. Requiem on high. You are hunted. Fang, tooth, and claw. Tortured under the moon. The pack suffered but endured, and howled now in tune. No tales were told, none new, none old, and their endless hunger grew ever stronger.
Allow me to clear your mind, if only for a moment.
The madness, it consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
Count Geonor is dead. I never thought there'd come a day when such a statement brought relief. We can finally start rebuilding our poor, damaged Ogum. It's going to be a long and difficult struggle, but it's not nearly the first time we Ezamites have had to rise from the ashes. The Count's name will not be remembered in our songs. Ha! Good riddance. The thought of our village on fire. Oh, my heart feels heavy. We'll get back there someday. Reclaim our lands, rebuild, mark my words. Part of me is angry I wasn't there to defend the place, but I know I was needed by these good folks far more. I can't imagine what would have happened if they'd been out here, defenseless. Go well. How's the clearing? Take a look.
You've done well, stranger. No, you are no stranger now. You have become part of our song's story, and I shall sing it proudly. The darkness that crept upon our lands has been forced to flee, and I have a feeling you will pursue it to the end of the world. Good luck to you. This is home now. Our songs tell of times of renewal, when bloodshed, strife, and courage forge stronger bonds. That is how we will regard this era of Ogum, and how we will remember you in our songs. Please, take. I will treasure it. It seems shadows haunt us both.
The clan leaders are all dead, but there's one man who remains with the leadership to carry on. Renly will take good care of us, as is his nature. We'll be just fine, hero. You can ride on out of here with your head held high. Seriously though, I hope you return someday. If only to guard my back. None of it's junk. Trust me, by then.
So, it is done. The Count is dead. Where once there was a fire in my heart, there is now nothing but ash. For enacting my vengeance, you have some measure of thanks from me. Now please, go. Do what you must, but leave me be. Thank you.
Yes? You have done us a great deed here, friend. Do not hesitate to ask me for assistance. Old Mortimer is still the steward, for what it's worth. If I can aid you, I shall.
I appreciate that, Mortimer.
Good luck.
We must pursue Oriana. The seed of corruption has begun to grow. But there is still a chance that we can end this before it is too late. The fledgling beast is leaving corruption in its wake, so we have a trail to follow. When you are ready to part from this place, we can leave immediately. Greetings. The trail of corruption leads east, so east we shall go. It seems fate conspires to return me to the plains of Vastiri. The Countess has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in cataclysm. We must pursue her to the plains of Vastiri. We should find a Marikath caravan. Only they can lead us through that harsh and unforgiving land.
Well, my lady, we have arrived. The Vastiri awaits. Good luck to you.
This outpost seems to be part of a trade route, so we should be able to find a Marikath caravan. They are an honorable people, and I have no doubt they will assist us. The Marikath have a cultural history deeper than most know. Theirs is a strict tradition, bordering on brutal. But it is that adherence to shared beliefs that has kept them strong when entire empires have come and gone around them. The Marraketh have a cultural history deep. Time is short. Make haste.
The weary traveler grows close to the end of the path. The bread bowl of the world, the verdant land of 7 waters, awaits! Be sure to have your toll ready at the gates. Cloth, gems, metalwares, and coin are all accepted.
Sand, as far as the eye can see. Who would choose to live in such a place?
You are seeking passage on our caravan? We cannot travel anywhere at the moment. Hyenic raiders are harassing the trade route ahead. For the time being, we are stuck here.
Storming arrow! Face me. Barely broke a sweat. Hurry! Nowhere to run. Barely broke a sweat. The leader, up there. Thunderous shot! An entire pack! Odd mutations. Good riddance. Hurry! Nowhere to run. Thunderous shot!
How can I be of aid? Move swiftly.
You defeated the raiders? Fate sends us a fortuitous stranger. Welcome to the Adura Agara. You may travel with us in exchange for your service as a Jingak, and you will have nearly the respect of one of our own for as long as you stay.
I like to keep moving, but this is something else.
The beast is on the move, twisting the desert as it goes, waking ancient dead and unknown horrors alike. The Countess brought it here as part of some nefarious plan. I assume she has allies here. We must track them down and convince them to give up this madness. Those creatures are too coherent and intelligent to be manifestations of corruption. I suspect that they are the descendants of divine tampering. There was a being I once knew in the ancient days, a trickster, who would have appreciated someone to laugh at his ill-conceived humor. What more perfect audience for a sickening jester than a pack of gibbering hyenas?
Time to learn something new.
Who goes there? By the sound of your voice, you cannot be Maraketh. It is always intriguing to meet foreign warriors and learn their ways of war. I only hope I have weapons and armor that might be useful to you. I am Shambren. Take your time. Does the scorpion sting carry less poison at night? In the hopes of taking on fighting duty again, I am still practicing the art of the sword. Red-eyed Nassima, she of the second sight, proved that there is more to combat than mere vision. However, there is still honor in serving the role of tradesmith and weapon master. I served as a Dekara for as long as I was able, and I intend to fulfill this duty with just as much dedication. Zarka holds all the wisdom and knowledge of the Adura, and the stories of many other Akaras as well. Our traditions help us survive as these lands turn to dust over generations, and in many ways, that lush beauty still exists for us through her words. Especially now the gods have returned to Rayclast. We know that our beliefs have power. Perhaps we can bring back those verdant forests and gleaming rivers, if only we have enough faith in a leader strong enough to make it real. Warm nights.
Young one. I have a very long official title, but you may simply address me as Zaka. The young ones will harp on and on about our strict traditions, but I'm old enough to get away with it. So I do. My role is that of a keeper of tales. I was chosen by my predecessor, rather than being allowed to become a Dekara or perform other duties. I'm not permitted near combat, for the stories I keep are one of our most valuable resources. We understand the plains of Vastiri through the lens of these words handed down to us over the centuries. We see what used to lie where sand dwells now, and hear the bold proclamations and lamentations of yesteryear. That is my role, to be the worldly eyes and ears of the Adura. She was a fierce warrior before she was blinded in battle. Focused, determined. Losing her sight has not changed that. I have no doubt that she will become skilled enough at blind fighting to rejoin the ranks someday. Indeed, blind Dekara were once instrumental in decimating an eternal legion during a sandstorm ambush. So it is not without precedent. This is the tale as it was told to me by our Akara's Tale Woman before me, and as told to her by the Tale Woman before her. These words have remained unchanged since the beginning. Many thousands of years ago, we were a simple people, hunters, roamers. We moved valley to valley in search of meat and berries. There was none of the discipline we know today, but that was about to change. These fair plains became barren and lightless. A time those generations called the winter of the world. 1,000 years of ice brought hardship and suffering, but that was only the beginning. To the south, the foreign tyrant An fell, and horrible creatures flooded forth under this darkness, seemingly born of bone and blood and foul magic. Survival meant banding together and creating the strict traditions that eventually became what we know today. To fight was to live. Disorder meant death. In the darkest depths of that era, when hope was but a memory, the twin sister Sekimas, Solarai and Landara, arose to unite our scattered peoples for the first time. They wielded the essence of gold and silver, gleaming with such ferocity that the gray skies had no choice but to give way. The creatures retreated under the sands, never to be seen again, and our fair plains blazed with emerald forests and sapphire rivers. This brought about the most glorious age of our people, a time of conquest, wealth, great heroes, and gods that lasted for another 1,000 years. But then, one fell winter, the gods vanished. Our beloved Garukan was the last to succumb, holding on for 2 moons against a powerful innovation. She gave what final orders she could, mandated our traditions be upheld, and then went silent. The Maraketh were not disturbed. We did not lose hope. We knew who we were, and those values had not left us with the departure of the gods. When the sky burned, when the Vaal fell, when the Eternals came and sought to be our masters, and then fell as well, we endured. We have protected these fair plains for 304 generations, and we will continue to do so for another 304. That is our duty and our birthright. Nasima, yes, Nasima. A great warrior, though with a complicated legacy. Born with eyes the color of blood, she was left to die among the dunes for being blind. But the Ferredin found her and raised her. A Balbalic, one might think, but no. She became an impressive warrior in her own right. And when called upon to raid her people, she recognized her mother's voice and turned and slaughtered her Ferredin captors. A true role model from the ancient days and a wonderful sleep tale for the children. I will tell your tale.
I am Asala, the Sekima of the Ardura. I care not where you came from, nor what caste you might have been there. All that matters is that you have shown yourself capable in battle, Jingak. Remain a friend to the Ardura, and you shall have nothing but respect from us.
Slaves? The Maraketh really are a brutal people.
So, The beast has entered the world once more. We were following a trail of corruption before we were waylaid, and now we shall resume the hunt. We Marrakech are honor-bound to seek and contain corruption wherever it may be found. It seems the sacred duty falls on us once more. The trail connects to 2 locations, but we don't know where the beast currently resides. I am willing to begin wherever you and your shade thinks is wisest. What is it? Foreigners often misunderstand the concept of the Sekima. I am no dictator, and do not make some pathetic claim of divine right. Emperors are for nations filled with the weak-minded and soft, as history has proven every time an empire falls and we endure. I am Sekima, because others have put their faith in me as the strongest and most capable among us. I lead because there is no better replacement. It is a role I deserve, by definition. Corruption has returned to the Vestiri. Before this season, the Hyanic warriors you fought would never have dared raid a caravan. The dead have begun to rise again, and other creatures of the desert have started changing. By Zarka's accounts, the land is returning to the way it was before. These are ill times. After the Beast of Highgate was slain, all other Akaras vowed to pursue and eradicate corruption should it ever return. Never again will a sole Akara suffer the weight of history. This Oriana would find no allies among our Akaras. We are no strangers to the eternal war against corruption. If she has allies in this region, they cannot be of the Marrakech. For glory. Outcasts currently make their home in the forgotten quarry in the hills of Modern. They call themselves the Farden. We should travel there and find out what it is they are doing. One of the trails of corruption leads towards the Halani Gates. Anyone who would wish to leave this region must pass through them.
It appears the Faradin have been busier than the Ardora expected. Thunderous shot! I shall overcome. Barely broke a sweat. Prepare yourself! Fury! Too weak, too slow. In my sights!
Our people have lived in the shadows of the dunes for too long. Countless generations have been forgotten, will be forgotten. We are not Faradin. We are Marraketh. And if we work together, if we unite, then they will be forced to acknowledge us. We must show them that casting us off is a mistake. We must show them our strength. Perhaps we can one day rebuild Keth itself. For all those who live in the plains of Vastiri.
Fools. What were the Faradin thinking? Storming arrow! Face me. Barely broke a sweat. Thunderous shot! Prepare yourself. It seems people were still alive down here when the entrance was sealed. Fury! Monstrosity! Nature rewards the fleet of foot. Thunderous shot!
How can I be of aid? Yes, I have seen the slaves pulling the carts. I am uncomfortable with the practice, but from what I understand, it allows those captured in battle to serve rather than simply being executed. There are not enough resources to keep prisoners who do not work. In this harsh land, it is perhaps the lesser of two evils. That is what I tell myself, at least. Asala has agreed to aid us, exactly as I expected. The beast represents an existential threat to all the peoples of Rayclast, but even beyond that, she seems to be quite driven. She reminds me of a rambunctious young woman I once knew in Keth, who eventually rose to power, attained divinity, and led her people to greatness. Thank you.
Who goes there? Take your time. Blessings.
Speak up. Oh, right. I'll ask Chambrin about this one. I will tell your tale.
I hear you. I remember her face from before the battle where I lost my sight. She is quite beautiful, and she has strength and cunning to match. I can think of no better leader for us. We, Adora, have put all our faith in Asala, and though we do not number enough to spark divinity in her, we still thrived under her leadership. Sans guides you.
Thunderous shot!
flesh and bone. What is the difference? Face of Baradun, mind of a traitor. Serpent's tongue, scorpion stinger. Either way, now you pay with your life. Sand and steel, fire.
Storming arrow! Fury! I shall overcome.
flesh and bone. What is the difference? Face of Faradun, mind of a traitor. Serpent's tongue, scorpion stinger. Either way.
She's insane!
Insane? Perhaps that is true! Burn, oppressors! Burn, burn, burn!
Watch out!
Die, die, die! Ah!
Quickly, break the lock. Please, get me out of here! Winds praise you. 1,000 praises, my friend. I thought I would die here. Please, take me back to your caravan, and I will tell you anything you want to know.
Best you start talking.
What have you learned? It takes courage to go against one's people. I once faced a similar decision. There were men and women like me who believed themselves to be exceptional. And they were correct. Terribly, horribly correct. I cursed myself to a permanent exile from my own peers by betraying them. I was unlike mortals, but hated by immortals. I was alone. I would do it all again, and I still might. They call themselves the Faradun in this era, but they have died out and been reborn many times. They are not an independent culture. They are the Marraketh's dark secret, the inevitable consequence of life's haphazard nature. A society cannot simply purge itself of the weak, the ill, or the disadvantaged. Those unwanted newborns abandoned among the dunes, they rarely die, no matter how much the Marraketh wish to make them simply disappear. No, they live. The Faradun are the shadow of the Marraketh, always just out of sight, always watching. They rescue those children and raise them up on the outside, looking in. An unspoken relief for the father and mother that must give up their child. But a gathering storm fated to one day return home with a fury. Time is short. Make haste.
Hello? For you, young. Here, have this useless gold. Do not wander.
I know what Jaman-Ra intends. Atop the burial spires of Deshar lie the Maraket's most honored dead. The king has become driven by madness to seek any trace of ancient flesh from those of renown or power in life. He intends to feed their bodies to the horrific creature he keeps in a cage behind his throne. They call it the Beast. I have seen it, and the sight haunts my nightmares.